Hey everyone, I'm Devon, your friendly neighborhood board gamer, and what is with my nose? What is with my nose? Feels like weird. Like there's something in it. Hey, Hey everyone, I'm Devon, your friendly neighborhood board gamer, and this is Devon Talks Tabletop, the YouTube channel where what I say doesn't matter. The games are made up, and I did that backwards, and I don't care. Cheese knife, viticulture. Timestamp. Let's get down to business. So, viticulture is back in the conversation of zeitgeist or hotness games right now because of the recent release of Viticulture World and the epic Minecraft crate, the wine crate, the wine crate that holds it all together. And so I got the Essential Edition for to review from Stegmaier Games, which is, some people might be like, why are you doing that? That's a really old game. And why are you just doing the base game? It's because I wanted to give Viticulture another chance. What is this? Oh, cool, if I want the digital version of the game. All right, I'm going to set that aside. And the reason why I wanted to give it a second chance is I played this one time in a hotel room with some friends, and I wasn't that impressed by it. I came to worker placement through Lords of Waterdeep, and there's a bunch of other games within the world. I really like Euphoria, which is another game from Stegmaier Games. Burpity, 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 burp. And I wanted to give this another try. The review potential was mainly just for the base game. I think I could have also asked for a world, but I wanted to give Viticulture a chance before I was like, I'm going to also try the expansion for the game that I'm not certain about. And so I wanted to go back and try the base to see how I felt about stuff. And I know that there's going to be a large group of people that are like, hey, you're doing this wrong. You need to be playing with Tuscany. And I understand to a degree, like your point there. I understand that if there's an expansion that you're like, this makes it so much better, you kind of need to play with it. But once again, this is what I had on offer, and I really wanted to just see if this game was for me. And yes, at some point I may try to play with the Tuscany expansion, I may try to pick that up. But at the end of the day, in my mind, I want a game to be good enough to not need the expansion. And I say that with some caveats. Like, there are games that I just would not play without the expansions because I enjoy the expansions so much. And Lords of Waterdeep is one of those. I play that with Scoundrels of Skullport always. However, I think that Lords of Waterdeep is still a really solid game even without the expansion. I played it without the expansion for a long time until I picked up the expansion. So I get that. I think that Root is one of the other examples for me that it's a game that I would not play it without the expansion, but in the category, like, I kind of felt the same way that I felt about Viticulture. The base game to me it's not up to snuff for what I want in a board game, because I think that you essentially have to play base Root at 4 players. And even then, I think you have to have 4 players that play the game all the time. And even still, I find some of those factions nowhere near as interesting as the expansion factions. So it's just kind of, I don't know. I feel bad. No, I don't feel bad. That's stupid. Why would I feel bad? I wanted to give this another try because I wanted to see if maybe it was just the mood I was in that day, my brain, I wanted to give it another chance because I think that games deserve second chances. So I wanted to give it another chance. These are interesting because these are the new types of baggies that Stegmaier is putting their stuff into. I don't know what all they're supposed to go into. Because they're kind of opaque, it does make it unclear until you open every single baggie what they're for. Now, if those are just the player ones. So that's orange, that's yellow, that's white, and that's a bunch of the like wine the wine bottles or whatever. Those are 2 other colors. What are all these? I like the fact that these are more environmentally friendly, but I also can't see what anything is. It's just I have no clue what the components of this game are. That's kind of hilarious. Kind of hilarious, to be honest. Yeah, so I don't really know what it was about Viticulture that just didn't do it for me. It might have been the theme. I have zero interest in the theme of everybody's in agreement that this is Tom Hiddleston, right? Everybody is in agreement that this is Tom Hiddleston, this is Loki. I don't think there's any debating it. I don't think anybody can debate it. I don't have someone... The female actually looks kind of like an elf because she's got a little bit of like pointed ears. So I don't think you can debate that that's Tom Hiddleston. There's no way it's not. You're not convincing me that it's not. I don't know. What do you guys think about Viticulture? For me, it was just I wasn't engaged with the engine building system of getting your grapes, getting your wine, aging them. So, like I just wasn't intrigued by what I was being asked to do. And then also, like I think the season system was interesting. That was an interesting setup to try to evaluate how much you wanted to push in one season and how much you wanted to wait for your resources in the next season. That was all right. That was all right. But yeah, it didn't fully do it for it. So I kind of want to see if this is a game that I will change my mind on, because I'm okay to change my mind on stuff. I think it's weird to stay, if we're extrapolating this conversation out of board games, I think it's weird to not ever change your mind about something. Because to me, if you don't ever change your mind about something, you either assume that you've been right about it all along, or, I don't know, I feel like you're not growing. I think there's some stuff that you can be like, I like tacos, and I don't like tomatoes in my tacos, and that can just be the thing that you think always, and that's kind of fine. Like more trivial stuff like that. But if you don't, but even that and other stuff like your food preferences, they're never gonna change. Like all that stuff, it's never gonna change. Because at that point, it's like, I don't know, what are we doing here? Are you like, why don't you just kind of cash in on life early? You're already done. You're not changing up anything for like the rest of everything. Okay, so that's orange as well. So that's orange and that's orange. That's all the buildings and that's all the people. And that's your grande worker. And this is green. So there's green and that's that green. This is, I get why this is the way it is, but honestly, these see-through bags are tripping me out. They are tripping me out. I mean, I don't even feel like I don't really think there's a need for me to unbox everything because it's just, where's the other, there's got to be another yellow one. There's the other yellow one. I guess at this point it's just me verifying what's what. I guess is this big bag for the coins? But then like what are all these for? Like what are all these for if not for player pieces? Like it can go up to 6 players, right? And there's 6 of these. So I'm kind of assuming these are going to go in there. But then if these go in there, why such nice bags? Like I know these, like the opaqueness kind of tripping me out. But they are nice bags. Where's the other blue? I think that's the other blue, maybe? Yeah, I think this is the other blue. So I'm just going to call an audible. I'm going to call an audible, which is not a term that really makes sense for me. I don't watch football. And we're going to go ahead and put all these in there and put those aside, I guess, because I don't even know at this point. Like, I'm a little confused at how much space there is in here for... Maybe you can fit expansions in here? Can you fit expansions in the Essential Edition without having to... I mean, I would appreciate that. I would appreciate the ability to fit expansions without having to get a new box, or with being able to, like, downsize. I guess, sleeved, you could fit your stuff in if it's sleeved, but also, yeah. Yeah, so that's blue, orange, and yellow. I don't know. What are games that you guys, all of you people out there, are there any games that you've decided to give a second chance to? And if so, which ones are they? I'm curious. I'm trying to remember if there are any other ones besides, whoa. That's unique. That's a unique piece. I'm trying to decide if there are any other ones. Any other ones besides Viticulture that I'm like, I'm going to give that a second try. I probably need to give Terraforming Mars a second try so that Alex doesn't kill me. I think he would kill me. I did give Seven Wonders a second try when I was over at his house one time, and he had me play with the expansions. My opinion of it didn't really change. I still thought it was fine. We played with, I think, the Leaders expansion. Yeah, I still thought it was okay. It's just not that it's not as interesting for me of a game. This is like a whatever. I'll just put it in there because I don't want it to be loose. And then those can just go there. And then there's those. And then I guess I'll just put all of the money in here, this larger bag. Yeah, I guess I'll just put all the money in the larger bag. I think this is what we'll do. Sure. I'm not really 100%. I'm conflicted. I kind of like these other bags. They seem cool, but I also have no clue if I actually feel that way long term. Yeah, right? I mean, is that all? Is that all we got? What's this inset for? That looks like that's for something. That's not one of these. It looks like it's been designed to have a spot to lay something in. So maybe an expansion can fit in this. That seems... No. Oh, it's got to be for that, right? No. I mean, it perfectly fits that, but it can't go the length. So, I don't know. We will just go ahead and put that down. Then we're going to put all those down. Then we're going to add the rules in there. And then we're going to close the box. And we're going to call it a day. We're going to call it a day on Viticulture Essential Edition. Oh, Beth Sobel. For some reason, I didn't know she did the art. But that is reminiscent of a lot of her work. So that makes sense. Alrighty. That's Viticulture Essential Edition. And I'm going to give it another chance. Maybe I'll do it some solo, too. Cheers to trying to change your mind sometimes. Toast timestamp. Toast timestamp. Toast timestamp. I like the sound of that. The alliterative toast timestamp. Return of the Cheese Knife. It's one of the best in the trilogy. And then we're going to go ahead and slide that over there. And we're going to call it a day. Hashtag chewing your water. See you guys.